They call me Squirrel.
What's going on, Squirrel Squad? It's your boy, the Squirrel, and today I'm doing a little Peter Cook as E.L.Wisty. Spinach, 1965. Don't know if this is a show called Spinach, this is a piece from it, or if this is a skit. I don't know, but I was doing some Pete and Dud lately, and this was a piece that someone sent over, and it was it looks like just a Peter Cook piece, but please raise your hand if you sent this over to me. Say hello to everybody. Take some credit for it in the comments below. If you're looking to get in touch with me anyway, all my socials down there. Cameo's down there. Patreon's down there. eBay's, I mean, not eBay, my Amazon's, whatever. It's a bunch of shit down there in the description below. Enjoy. Travel lightly. Here we go. Scene 2. That means this scene right here. Let's go. I have no idea what to expect, so let's just expect hopefully some laughter. There we go. E.L.Wisty Spinach from On.
The importance of fresh vegetables as part of our normal diet has become a subject for much discussion recently, and I am delighted to announce the return of E.L.Wisty to comment on this subject in the person of Peter Cook.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a special welcome to all those of you who've been forced to eat spinach, the world's most ghastly vegetable. People were always trying to cram spinach down my throat when I was young. They kept saying, "Come on, E.L., eat up your spinach, it's good for you. Come along, eat up your spinach, E.L., or you'll never grow up to be big and strong and hairy like Auntie Stella." My Auntie Stella, she had the theory that everything really nasty must be good for you. Otherwise, God wouldn't have invented it. And so one day she had the wonderful idea that if she could find the nastiest thing in the world, it would do her more good than anything else. So she went round asking everybody what they thought was the nastiest thing in the world. And after a great deal of research, she come up with taking all your clothes off on a frosty night, lying down in the nettles and reading the book of Job. Mind you, it did do her a lot of good. After 3 nights of it, she died. It's the best thing she's ever done. Even then, she got her own back, though. She asked to have her ashes scattered on the spinach bed. And as a result, it come up bigger and beastlier than ever. The last time I was talking to you, I was telling you about the boring life I was having. I'd been looking at my diary, and I'd found how unbelievably boring my life was. Well, since then, I've realised that there are some people whose lives are even more boring than mine. I only come to think of this when I saw the Queen on television the other day. There she was, driving along at 3.5 miles an hour in Berlin, waving away at a load of old Germans. What a wretched way to spend the day, standing up in the world's largest car and smiling at thousands of total strangers. I hate to think what her diary's like. Got up, brushed our teeth. She has to say that. Royalty have to say our, where we say my. It's part of the traditions of the world. Got up, brushed our teeth, got into long car, waved, had lunch with some German people, brushed our teeth, got into long car, waved, had supper with some German people, brushed our teeth, had lunch. It's even more boring than mine is.
The delivery is perfect. Straight-faced, deadpanned, into the camera. Doesn't flinch.
I think she deserves a medal. Except, of course, she spends her whole time giving them out, so she'd be bored stiff by that as well. I wonder what they talk about to her in that great open car of theirs. Guten Abend, meine Queenie. This is the longest car in the world. Oh, really? How very interesting. How much longer is it than the second longest? And then she has to read those stupid speeches by Harold Wilson saying how much we in Britain care about the reunification of Germany. And by the way, could you let us have a few bob for the troops? And then after all her work, after all that, they start insulting her. I heard on the news the other night that in Berlin, they kept shouting out, "Elisabeth, Elisabeth." They couldn't even be bothered to call her by her right name. She's not called Elizabeth, she's called Elizabeth. And in any case, it's very rude to call her by a Christian name at all. They should shout out Regina, Regina, like everybody else. Of course, it was mispronunciation, you know. It was mispronunciation
Hold it together, Peter.
that led to the last World War. When Chamberlain went to Munich or München to see Hitler, he made the mistake of going up to him and saying, "Heil Hitler." Well, of course, this enraged the little twit. And a few days later, he was dancing about all over Europe. So my advice is for the bloody old Germans to stop shouting out Elizabeth, unless they want the World Domination League after them.
How happy that crowd is, huh? That crowd was so happy just to be there for that. And then there's the presenter who called him Peter Cook after he said E.L.Wisty in the beginning, just letting us know Peter Cook was presenting E.L.Wisty, I suppose. But man, I gotta tell you, talk about taking something and then going the opposite direction with it and turning it into something else. That's exactly right. This was called Spinach. There was a brief mention of spinach in the beginning. That was about it. Oh my goodness gracious. That was a really good, funny little bit. For 1965. This thing's almost 60 years old. Ah, good comedy is timeless. It really, really is timeless. And that's why Cook and and more, and that's why Fry and Laurie and the two Ronnies and all these great, Monty Python, all these great duos and even single acts, and you look at people, gosh, man, so many different people that we've seen single acts that are older acts, and this is why they're still around and still so popular, and guys like me fall in love with them because they're timeless. Just good old fashioned comedy, couple good laughs. Nothing wrong with that. Spinach, E.L.Wisty by Peter Cook. Hope you enjoyed it. Scroll out.